Hello parents and guardians. This is a video for any parent or guardian who has a student already enrolled and attending Mountain Education Charter High School who would like to enroll another student. So the first thing you'll do is go to the Mountain Ed website, which is mymec.org, select Students and Parents, and then select Infinite Campus Student Parent Login. From here, you'll select Student Parent Portal and then choose Campus Parent. Here you'll enter your username and password. If you aren't sure what your username or password is, or you need your password reset, you can reach out to the registrar or the student information clerk at your local site, and that person will be able to help you. Once you've entered your credentials, you'll select Login. Now that you've reached this screen, you'll select More and then Online Registration. If you're adding a new student who's never attended Mountain Education Charter High School before, you'll select Click here to go to New Student Registration. You'll read through this section, make sure that you've selected the correct year, and then select Begin Registration. Here you'll note that you're given an application number. You'll want to write this number down as you may need it if you were to get locked out of the system for any reason. Here you'll choose your preferred language, read through this box, and then type in your first and last name acknowledging the statement, and then select Submit. You'll want to read through this page, and of course if you need it, we do offer a list of site registrars here in case you need to contact your local Mountain Ed site's registrar. Then you can select Begin. Much of this information will be pre-populated for you from what you entered when you registered your original student at Mountain Education Charter High School. Of course, you'll go through each individual pleat and update information as necessary and click Next, and then when you finish, you'll click Save Continue. Here, it's going to have you review the parent and guardian information. You'll select Edit Review for each parent. Go through all of the information, and when you're finished with all of the parents or guardians listed here, you'll be able to select Save Continue. One important piece of information is that throughout the online registration, you have the option to upload documents. Here you can upload your parent ID, but there will also be opportunities for you to upload your students' information, such as transcripts, birth certificates, and other required documentation. This section is really important. It's going to ask if any of the students in the application are registering as full-time. It's important to note that a full-time Mountain Ed student is a student who is only attending Mountain Ed and no other schools. A part-time student would be a student who is attending a day school and coming to Mountain Ed either for credit recovery or advanced credit. So if you have a student who is enrolling only at Mountain Ed, you'll want to be sure to select Yes here, that you do have a student registering full-time. When you do select Yes, it's going to require you to answer several more questions throughout the application because you do have a full-time student. Once you've finished all the parent tabs, you can select Save Continue. Next, it's going to ask you to review your emergency contact information. Again, you'll select Edit Review, review everything, and then at the end select Save Continue. Finally, this is where you'll add the new student. You'll select Add New Student, and then you'll be required to enter the information for everything that has a red asterisk. Of course, you can enter any other information as well, but we don't require some of the information that's available. However, if your student does have a cell phone number, I highly recommend that you enter it, as well as the email address. Again, here's where you have the opportunity to upload a birth certificate. If you can't upload it, that's okay. You can always contact your registrar, bring it to the site, or find some other way to get that information to our site registrar. When you're enrolling your student, it's important to make sure that you choose the correct site in which your student will attend. When you select this site, and at the end, when you submit your application, it will actually notify the registrar at that site to reach out and contact you to help your student get enrolled and get started as soon as possible. Again, it's very important to make sure that you select full-time yes here if you do have a student who is attending full-time. You'll work through each of the individual pleats, answering all of the required questions. Here you have the opportunity to let us know if your child was in any of the following educational programs prior to coming to MECHS. On this page, you have the opportunity to upload your student's transcript. It's incredibly helpful for us in getting your student started if we do have a copy of that transcript. However, if you're not able to upload it, we can get that through a records request from your student's previous school. Once you get to the MECHS rules page, it's very important to make sure you have your student sitting with you so that you can read through all of the rules and ensure that your student will abide by those. The student must enter his or her initials, and the parent must enter his or her initials here as well. Same here, you'll want to make sure the student is here, read through the information and initial. And finally, on the release agreements, you'll want to go through and read each one of these individually. We have a media release. There's a school parent compact. You'll want to make sure you select that, download it, read it, and review it before selecting here. You'll also want to review the student handbook, select that you've received a copy. Let us know about your internet access by answering these questions, and then make sure you read the full student acceptable use agreement by selecting here and downloading these instructions. It's very important that your student understands the acceptable use agreement because we do expect the student to abide by these rules that we are checking right now while the student is at MECHS. And finally, you'll agree to release the records from the previous school and then sign your name and then select Save Continue. If this is the only student that you need to add, you can select Save Continue, and then finally you will select Submit. If you have any questions as you're going through the online registration process, don't hesitate to reach out to your site's registrar.